A weak teenager with a strange haircut and a flashy, selfish style of play. The Red Devil, who would go on to destroy Europe and the Premier League. It is important to watch until the end, because there are turning points in Ronaldo's career that you may have never heard about. Let's start the story in 2002, when Sporting Lisbon decided to promote some young players to the first team. Among them was the biggest Portuguese talent at the time, Ricardo Quaresma. There was also another player expected to be promoted to the first team. His name was Cristiano Ronaldo, a weak teenager who leaned towards showboating and individual play with no strong impact on the team. But there was something unusual about Cristiano and his playing style. His personality as a player was bigger than his age, and his hatred of losing was unnatural. It was exciting to watch him with the ball, even though his impact was still limited, but his flashy style stood out. The question is, why did Cristiano play in such a flashy individual style like Brazilian players, even though he was European? The answer is that Cristiano's upbringing was similar to Brazilian players. He grew up in a poor family, his father was an alcoholic, and he was not interested in school or education. He spent all his time playing football. All these factors made him a street-style, unpredictable player, where individuality dominated over teamwork. The first scouting report on Ronaldo from Sporting coach Ballon was negative. It stated that Cristiano had weak aerial ability, poor defensive contribution, excessive selfishness, lack of focus, and a weak physical build. He was not ready for the first team. Because of this report, he did not play in the 2001 to 2002 season, a frustrating start for a 17-year-old. But Cristiano's personality was too strong.
In the following season, Ronaldo was promoted to the first team after becoming physically stronger and faster, and coach Ballon decided to use him as a winger. Cristiano's first goal for Sporting was a world-class goal. He dribbled past the defenders and the goalkeeper before delicately chipping the ball over the keeper in a friendly match against Real Betis. At the time, even the TV director did not know who this player was. From that moment, Ronaldo began playing regularly in the Portuguese League and the UEFA Champions League with Sporting Lisbon. His first league goal came against Moreirense, and it was another brilliant solo effort. He received the ball near midfield, dribbled past defenders, performed a step-over, and finished with another beautiful chip over the goalkeeper. During that period, Ronaldo's agent was Jose Vega, but he was not very good at marketing players or bringing major offers. Then came the man who changed everything, Jorge Mendes. He managed to convince Ronaldo and Quaresma to let him represent them and guide them toward Europe's biggest clubs. The 2002 to 2003 season ended, and before the new season began, Jorge Mendes warned Sporting Lisbon that if Ronaldo did not receive enough playing time, other clubs would move quickly to sign him. Offers started arriving from Liverpool, Arsenal, Valencia, and Inter Milan. Ronaldo was extremely close to joining Arsenal before Manchester United entered the race, and if you think Ronaldo joined Manchester United only because of the famous friendly match against them, then you do not know the full story. Ronaldo had already received an offer from Manchester United after his first season with Sporting. The move was suggested by Carlos Queiroz, assistant to Sir Alex Ferguson. However, the deal included a clause that Ronaldo would stay at Sporting for one more season on loan to gain experience before moving to Old Trafford. The agreement was completed, and the two clubs arranged a friendly match to celebrate the opening of Sporting's new stadium. Ronaldo knew he was going to Manchester United, so he wanted to give them a preview of what was waiting for them in the coming years. He entered the match with unbelievable confidence, and none of Manchester United's defenders could stop him. Every time he touched the ball, he turned it into a show of skill and dribbling, humiliating defenders repeatedly, to the point that one United player told Sir Alex at halftime that he simply could not take the ball away from Ronaldo. It was the first time Sir Alex had seen Ronaldo up close, and after the match he gave a famous statement saying that it was one of the most exciting experiences of his managerial career. After the match, Manchester United submitted a higher offer to sign Ronaldo immediately without another loan season, and this was the true beginning of Cristiano Ronaldo's journey with the Red Devils.
After Cristiano Ronaldo joined Manchester United, the most beautiful chapter of his career began. Ronaldo asked to wear the number 28 shirt, but Sir Alex Ferguson refused and handed him the iconic number 7. the number once worn by club legends such as George Best, Eric Cantona, and David Beckham. Ronaldo's first appearance for Manchester United was a historic moment. The fans saw a young teenager standing on the touchline wearing the number 7 shirt with dyed hair and expressions full of confidence. Ronaldo stepped onto the Old Trafford pitch for the first time and almost immediately won a penalty for Manchester United. Every time he touched the ball, he looked to dribble and take defenders on in 1-versus-1 situations. The excitement among the fans started growing, and Ronaldo's confidence increased day after day with every skill move and dribble he produced against Premier League defenders. In one famous moment, he completely entertained the crowd against Ashley Cole, making the match feel more like a skill show than a football game. However, this style also caused defenders to target him aggressively, and he often suffered dangerous tackles and heavy challenges. There was another issue Ronaldo had to deal with. His physical build was still weak, which caused him to lose possession frequently. Some of his teammates were also not convinced by his style of play because of his selfishness and over-reliance on individual actions. The player most frustrated with Ronaldo was Ruud van Nistelrooy, Manchester United's main striker at the time. After Ronaldo arrived, the number of passes and chances reaching Van Nistelrooy decreased, which affected his numbers and created tension between the two players. In the final match of Ronaldo's first season, he played in the FA Cup final against Millwall and delivered an outstanding performance on both wings. He contributed with excellent passes and eventually scored the winning goal with a brilliant header. Ronaldo's first season with Manchester United came to an end, and afterward he joined the Portuguese national team for UEFA Euro 2004. Despite being only 18 years old, Ronaldo delivered an excellent tournament and became one of the youngest players ever to play in a European Championship final. But the ending was painful, as Portugal lost the final on home soil against Greece. It became one of the hardest moments in the early career of Cristiano Ronaldo.
Cristiano Ronaldo returned to Manchester United for his second season, and when Sir Alex's assistant Mike Phelan saw him, he said Ronaldo had returned as a different man. He had developed physically, and even his facial features looked more mature. The second season started with a clear improvement in Ronaldo's performances. His shooting became stronger with both feet, and his passing became faster and more dangerous. However, the main problem still existed: excessive selfishness and holding on to the ball for too long. Even so, everyone could see that Ronaldo was slowly improving. One particular match revealed Ronaldo's true personality when Manchester United faced Arsenal in the Premier League. After several heated moments during the game, Ronaldo exploded with an incredible performance and scored 2 goals to complete a brilliant comeback victory for United against Arsenal. That performance made Manchester United fans respect him much more. In the final match of the season, once again against Arsenal in the FA Cup final, Ronaldo delivered another outstanding performance, but this time Manchester United lost the trophy. The season ended without titles for the club, and Ronaldo's numbers in his first 2 seasons were decent but not extraordinary. In his first season, he played 40 matches and contributed to 14 goals. In the second season, he played 50 matches and contributed to 18 goals. It was obvious that Ronaldo possessed enormous talent, but everyone believed he needed to improve his finishing and stop focusing only on scoring beautiful goals. Then, the third season began with devastating news that affected Ronaldo mentally: the death of his father. Ronaldo entered the season emotionally unstable and became more aggressive and frustrated on the pitch. This was especially visible in Champions League matches, and some Manchester United players also became frustrated with his excessive individualism. At times, Ronaldo became difficult to watch because he refused to release the ball and kept dribbling until he lost possession. Once again, Sir Alex Ferguson stepped in and guided Ronaldo back onto the right path. Ronaldo began producing incredible performances, and his dribbling became more effective and impactful than in previous seasons. He also scored an important goal in the League Cup final. His numbers in the third season were better than the previous two, contributing to 21 goals in 41 matches. Still, he needed more football maturity before becoming a complete superstar.
The season ended and all eyes turned to the 2006 FIFA World Cup in Germany, where Cristiano Ronaldo delivered impressive performances against strong national teams such as the Netherlands, England, and France. But the moment that stayed in everyone's memory was not a goal or a skill move. It was the famous wink that nearly destroyed his career at Manchester United. In Portugal's quarter-final match against England, tensions were extremely high between both teams. During one moment in the game, Wayne Rooney committed a rough foul on a Portuguese player. Ronaldo saw the situation as an opportunity to pressure the referee and mentally affect Rooney, but things escalated quickly when Rooney pushed Ronaldo and was immediately shown a red card. Right after Rooney's dismissal, cameras captured Ronaldo winking toward the bench, and that moment instantly became one of the most iconic scenes in World Cup history. After England's elimination, the English media launched a massive campaign against Ronaldo, portraying him as the main reason for England's exit from the tournament. The pressure on Ronaldo became enormous, and he came very close to leaving Manchester United and joining Valencia in Spain. Imagine if Ronaldo had left England before the legendary version of him ever appeared. But as always, Sir Alex Ferguson stepped in at the perfect moment and convinced Ronaldo to stay at Manchester United. Slowly, Ronaldo's relationship with the fans began improving again because of his massive development on the pitch. This season also became a major turning point for Manchester United. The team entered a fierce title race with Chelsea, and Ronaldo started emerging as the club's main star. However, Ronaldo still needed to evolve from being just a skillful dribbler into a mature and decisive goal scorer. Little by little, he began achieving exactly that. His speed became terrifying, his shooting improved dramatically, and his individual skills started benefiting the team instead of serving only as entertainment. His physical transformation was also incredible, allowing him to decide matches almost on his own. This evolution transformed Ronaldo from a talented young dribbler into Manchester United's biggest star. During this season, individual awards also started becoming part of Ronaldo's story, as he won the Premier League Player of the Month award twice consecutively. He also scored one of his most beautiful goals for Manchester United against Fulham, picking up the ball from midfield, sprinting past defenders, and finishing brilliantly to help United in the title race. In the UEFA Champions League, Ronaldo scored his first goals in the competition against Roma and produced excellent performances, but Manchester United's journey ended against AC Milan's historic generation in the semi-finals. Despite the Champions League disappointment, Ronaldo successfully led Manchester United to the Premier League title. After his incredible season, he won the award for Best Player in England. In his first 3 seasons with Manchester United, Ronaldo scored 27 goals in total, but in his 4th season alone, he scored 42 goals. The Red Devil, who would terrorize Europe for years, was finally ready for his true explosion. Cristiano Ronaldo entered the 2007 to 2008 season in the best physical and technical condition of his career up to that point. Before the season started, Sir Alex Ferguson asked Ronaldo to become a true goal machine and focus more on scoring and being decisive inside the penalty area. Ronaldo responded to the challenge in terrifying fashion, spending countless hours training on headers and shooting with both feet from every angle and distance. One of the assistant coaches asked Ronaldo how many goals he thought he could score that season. Ronaldo confidently answered, maybe between 30 and 35 goals. But the assistant told him he could reach 40 goals, and from that moment Ronaldo's mentality completely changed. As the season began, Cristiano exploded into another level. In the first half of the season alone, he scored 24 goals, more than his entire total from the previous season. World-class headers, long-range screamers, goals with both feet, and incredible free kicks using the famous knuckleball technique. Ronaldo became the biggest star in the Premier League, but he knew that winning the Ballon d'Or required success in the UEFA Champions League, and in the Champions League he produced terrifying performances, especially against Roma when he scored a legendary header that made him look as if he were flying through the air. Then came the semi-final against Barcelona, the first real battle between Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. Ronaldo missed an important penalty at Camp Nou, but Paul Scholes scored the goal that sent Manchester United to the final. In the final, Manchester United faced Chelsea after years of fierce rivalry in English football. The match started perfectly for Ronaldo as he scored the opening goal with a brilliant header, but Chelsea equalized, and the game ended 1-1 before going to penalties. When Ronaldo stepped up for his penalty, he missed, sending Manchester United fans into shock. But in the end, Manchester United won the UEFA Champions League, and Ronaldo escaped one of the hardest moments of his career. Ronaldo finished the season in historic fashion. He won the Premier League and the Champions League, became the top scorer in both competitions, and won the awards for Best Player in England, Best Player in Europe, the Golden Boot, and finally the Ballon d'Or. The player who had been challenged to score 40 goals ended the season with 42 goals in one of the greatest individual seasons in football history. After that season, Ronaldo seriously considered moving to Real Madrid, but Sir Alex Ferguson refused to let him leave and insisted on keeping his superstar for one more season at Manchester United. In the end, Ronaldo agreed to stay for one final year with the Red Devils.
Cristiano Ronaldo's sixth and final season with Manchester United started in a difficult way. His performances at the beginning of the season were inconsistent, and an injury kept him away from the pitch for some time. Doubts began to appear about whether Ronaldo could maintain the legendary level he had reached. But as always, Ronaldo's mentality appeared once again. He returned from injury strongly, scoring 26 goals during the season and helping Manchester United win the Premier League title for the second consecutive year. In the UEFA Champions League, Ronaldo produced one of the greatest individual campaigns of his career. Against Porto, he scored a historic long-range goal that many considered one of the greatest goals in Champions League history, a strike that later won the FIFA Puskas Award for the best goal in the world. Manchester United then faced Inter Milan, and Ronaldo scored a brilliant header that helped send his team through to the next round. In the semi-final against Arsenal, Ronaldo delivered one of the greatest European performances of his career, scoring two historic goals, one from a deadly counterattack and another from a powerful, long-range free kick. With these performances, Ronaldo led Manchester United to a second consecutive Champions League final, but this time, the challenge was completely different. In the final, Manchester United faced Barcelona, a team entering the beginning of its golden era under Pep Guardiola, alongside Lionel Messi, whose legendary rivalry with Ronaldo had already started. Ronaldo knew this could be his final match in a Manchester United shirt, so he tried to give everything he had. He started the match strongly and created several dangerous chances, but Barcelona goalkeeper Victor Valdés was outstanding. After that, Barcelona took complete control of the match. Samuel Eto'o scored the opening goal, and later, Lionel Messi added the second goal with his famous header that secured the title for Barcelona. The match ended, and with it ended Cristiano Ronaldo's journey with Manchester United. Then came the hardest decision of his career. Ronaldo decided to leave a complete team dominating English football, a manager who believed in him, fans who adored him, and a squad built around him. He chose to leave all of that and move to Real Madrid, a club going through a rebuilding phase while struggling against Barcelona's dominance. Ronaldo did not go to Madrid for comfort. He went for the greatest challenge in football. There began the greatest individual rivalry in football history between him and Lionel Messi, a rivalry that lasted for years and changed football forever. And so ended Cristiano Ronaldo's Manchester United story, from a weak but talented teenager into one of the greatest players in the world. But Ronaldo's real story was only just beginning.